There was a great question from a viewer that is definitely worth discussing, and it surrounds the rotation of capital. Historically speaking, we obviously see BTC go on a move first, and then we see profits taken. We see those roll down to altcoins because obviously people look towards more speculative gains. And there's actually a question regarding this also surrounding gold that we need to have a discussion about. But we also need to talk about these odds that have risen to 56% for Cardano. It's a very big deal. And this could obviously bring more interest to ADA over time. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So when we're looking at the overall crypto market, for those that aren't familiar, for those who it's their first time here, BTC dominance usually rises until it doesn't. And what I mean by that is we always get to this point where BTC dominance tops and then it starts to drop off very significantly. That can happen because either capital starts to rotate to altcoins, either sentiment is high enough that people start getting more interested in altcoins in general, adoption takes place. There's all these different things that can cause, frankly, BTC dominance to drop. This could be even a point where altcoins are holding strong while Bitcoin drops down in terms of price, which we have seen several times before. And BTC dominance has in fact been the sticky thing this market cycle. 65% is where we've recently been talking about a high of. Now, we did look a little bit toppy back here. This didn't quite play out. Obviously, the surge that we got on Monday was an exciting thing. We saw BTC run, we saw some other alts run, erase those gains, but BTC held resilient. And now you can see over the past few days, this has in fact been flattening out. And excuse me, it's starting to look like we may in fact drop back down to these about 64% levels. That would be obviously great for ADA, great for other assets in the space. We want to see that capital starting to rotate. We don't want it to just continue seeing it flock to BTC, and institutional money is obviously helping BTC go on a big rally right now. Now, there was this question from a viewer, and what he said is, we often hear about BTC holders flipping into alts for the start of alt season, but what about this happening in gold? Is it conceivable that gold holders would take their profits and flip to alts in a similar fashion? And this is actually a very, very great question and something we have not discussed yet. And the answer is yes. We will probably see some of that taking place. Now, this isn't me shooting crap out of my ass, all right? There have actually been some large creators that have talked about using gold as a hedge instead of stables or instead of using BTC, which, at this time, if you've been following gold, if you have been putting your capital in gold, you've been doing incredibly well. Actually, since January 1, I think gold has been the best performer in the market, actually up about 27% during that time, while most other assets around the world, stock market included, have fallen. And again, a big reason why that's been taking place is tariffs, uncertainty, economic concern, right? There's a lot of these things that have just continued to create fear surrounding the US dollar, which is the reason why US dollar strength has fallen off since that time, and gold has continued to rise. That's not a surprising thing. And now, again, I've heard of some of the largest people in this space actually using tokenized assets, tokenized gold, as a hedge against that. So yes, I would not be surprised if some of that profits from gold or using gold as a hedge starts to rotate back into other assets in the crypto space. And that does include BTC as well. I would expect BTC to probably see some of those flows, right? Now, that being said, we could actually get to a point where BTC starts climbing and really attacking some of these top assets around the world. In fact, I would not be surprised by the end of this market cycle if BTC is at least top 3 in terms of overall value. We're talking about eclipsing NVIDIA, Amazon, Silver, Google, or Alphabet. I don't think it's getting to a $22 trillion market cap in this cycle, not to break anyone's hearts or anything like that, but you could be talking about a potentially $3+ trillion easily Bitcoin market cap. All right. Now, that's obviously going to be good for altcoins in general. We've talked about what that may in fact look like, and I didn't mean to go down that road in this video, but I'm just going to pull this up because we had talked about our top 10 assets for this market cycle, and we had talked about BTC being somewhere in that $3 to $5 trillion market cap. And that is where, excuse me, geez, I got some congestion, guys, where other altcoins start making up their significant ground. But Although these may look like big numbers that are very far away from where we're at currently, understand that these are late market numbers. These are wicks. These are not market caps that things usually stay at. All right. Now, something that can help ADA get to this $500 billion market cap, like we've talked about, is actually institutional money. And what's very exciting, and I didn't mean to get to this so late in the video, is we have actually seen the approval odds for an ADA ETF in 2025 increase to 56%. So yes, that's, just above break even. But if you haven't noticed, these odds have been rising and rising and rising. Then we got filings, which caused us to surge even further. Then we got the confirmation of Paul Atkins, which caused us to rise even further. So what we're getting to now is this point where, frankly, we could see the green lighting of a lot of assets around the crypto space. Believe it or not, institutional players do want to have their piece of the pie. They want to pick up some of these assets while prices are still low. And that's why you saw a lot of these early filings take place while there was still uncertainty surrounding the SEC before the confirmation by Paul Atkins. I mean, these are great signs. And we already know that Grayscale has been doing a lot of shuffling. They've been accumulating ADA, and it wouldn't surprise me if behind the scenes there are some other entities doing the same thing. But once this is approved, that is when really everything in this crypto market can get wild. I'm not saying that that's the thing that's going to send us to Valhalla. Again, it's always going to be adoption. Adoption is going to be the big driver. It's what's going to help us set a new all-time high in terms of ADA. It's what's going to help us breach, a $10 trillion market cap in terms of the overall market cap of crypto. And I think that this is really just the beginning. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you, excuse me, in the next one. Take care.